Hi, I'm Michael Silliman, and I had the honor of being the president of Los Abogados in 1994. I joined Los Abogados in about 1977. I had just returned from Puerto Rico. I had moved to Puerto Rico after law school and practiced there 2 years. And when I came back, I was really looking for a home of people who shared my values and who I felt comfortable with. I was never comfortable in the state bar, but I've always been comfortable in Los Abogados. It's been a life-changing force in my life. I have always enjoyed Los Abogados and its people, and I have many, many memories. And I thank them for the opportunity to tell my story. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sabrina Rodriguez, and I was honored to be one of the early presidents of Los Abogados. It was 1980, and one of my roles was to consolidate this fledgling organization into a viable group. But I'm very proud to see how the organization has really flourished, and I'm very proud to have been a member of Los Abogados then and to continue today. I would urge the people today, the members of Los Abogados, to first of all continue their advocacy of the Hispanic community. Also to continue being involved in the political and especially the judicial part of our community, because after all, we're lawyers, we need to have more representation as judges. And lastly, I urge you to continue to be good lawyers, because whether you know it or not, you are role models for the young people that are coming into our profession. So do the best you can, and congratulations again to Los Abogados for being the great organization that you are. Thank you.
My name is Virginia Herrera Gonzalez. I'm a long-standing board member of Los Abogados. I have also served as a past president. I believe my year of service was in 2002. All of my best long-standing friends have come through Los Abogados. All of the fondest memories, both personally and professionally, have come through my association with Los Abogados. Any successes that I have been able to have as a result of my profession as a Latina lawyer has been because of Los Abogados. This organization has done so much for the Latino lawyers. I think it's always been our goal to build an organization that would serve the legal community, especially the Latino community, and would serve as a mentorship for younger lawyers coming up through the paths. I would encourage every Latino lawyer to become a part of the organization, to give back to their community. We need all of their good work and their service.
I had the distinct honor and privilege of serving as president of Los Abogados from 1985 to 1988. Two moments that stand out during that tenure were first the decision of the board of directors to ask the national organization to cancel that year's convention, which was going to be held in Phoenix. We did so as our response to Governor Ev Meekham's decision to rescind the Martin Luther King Day holiday. It was a pretty controversial decision, but I'm proud of our board for taking that stance. Danny Ortega was a principal figure involved in that decision. The other, perhaps more significant, actually definitely more significant event was the creation of the Val Cordova Scholarship in honor of Judge Cordova, who had recently suffered a stroke. The organization wanted to honor him and do something meaningful in his name. Thanks to the efforts principally of Ernie Calderon, we were able to establish the scholarship, which continues to this day, and that's one of the things that I'm most proud of.
My name is Ed Maldonado, and I am the immediate past president of Los Abogados. I was fortunate to serve as a president in 2015 and 2014. I think the reason I got involved with Los Abogados primarily was because of the example that I saw in other people who were working in Los Abogados. And I think the one person who inspired me the most was Antonio Bustamante. This was in the heyday of SB 1070, and seeing all that was going on in the community, not fully understanding everything, even though I was an attorney and being somewhat involved, I didn't get the full grasp of how important and how damaging that was to our community. But seeing the work that Los Abogados did back then, and again, seeing the work that Antonio did and how passionate he was about that, that really inspired me to get involved because I saw an organization who was really out there, just not talking the talk, but they were walking the walk as well. One of my fondest memories was in one of the big protest march, was being able to be out there, not as a protester, not as a marcher, but as an attorney, and using the services that I could provide to just help people that were being arrested. It had nothing to do with whether I agreed or disagreed with what was going on, but the fact that I could provide a service to people that were exercising their rights and their acts of civil disobedience, and to be there for them and serve them.
My name is January Contreras, and I'm an attorney with Los Abogados. One of my favorite memories of Los Abogados is when Francisco Gutierrez and other attorneys went to Carl Hayden High School to stop the ICE sweeps that were going on at that time, because ICE was going in and they were detaining high school students. And actually that's one of the memories that I have that made me want to go to law school. So that was a proud moment, I think, for Los Abogados. To me, Los Abogados is familia. I joined Los Abogados, the board, as one of the very first young attorney slots. So I joined right out of law school. And I was coming up from the University of Arizona. And since day one, it's the attorneys of Los Abogados, both the men and the women, who have taken care of me over the years. And now that I'm a little bit older, it's a real blessing to have young attorneys come to me and to play that same role that so many people did for me. All that support and all that love and all that cariño. Los Abogados has always been my professional home, and I think it always will be.
So my name is Francisco Gutierrez, and I was president of Los Abogados Hispanic Bar Association in 1993. Young lawyers, why would you join Los Abogados? Well, because you're going to develop a lot of camaraderie in this organization. You're going to develop friendships that last a lifetime, and you're going to help a lot of people. And in that process, in the process of helping others, you're going to help yourself, because you're going to make connections that will allow you to continue your professional development, that will allow you to move forward in your practice, whether it's private practice or government. You're going to meet a lot of influential people, and regardless of what you do in the future, all those contacts and knowing those individuals will help you in your personal and professional development. So I would urge all the young Latino lawyers to consider joining Los Abogados, and especially consider becoming a member of the board. If you don't do those types of things, I think you're gonna miss out on a lot in your profession.
Buenas noches. My name is Guy Testini, and I am a former president of Los Abogados. I started participating in Los Abogados back in 2000, and so I'm one of the bridges from the old to the new. I was first interested in Los Abogados when I attended an event that they put on at a local high school, which included the Court of Appeals doing an actual hearing, and then afterwards we had lunch with the students, the high school students, and the event was remarkable. It was great to see a group of attorneys reaching out to high school students who may never have met an attorney otherwise. Once I became involved with the group, I couldn't get away. So starting in 2001, I got on the board and remained on the board until last year. During my time, I saw a lot of great changes. With the help of our board, we were able to start planting some seeds down at the legislature. We went and spoke against some bills, and that work continues today. So it's one of the remarkable parts that we were able to do.
When I was president, the president-elect and the immediate past president were also women. And so it really felt good to have these Latino leaders at the top, and these are still some of my best friends today. I joined Los Abogados when I was in law school because I moved to Phoenix and I didn't know anybody. I think I knew one person in law school, and so I joined Los Abogados just to widen the circle of people that I knew, and also to make professional contacts. And I have to say, in the 22 years since I've graduated from law school, I've met so many of my best friends and my best colleagues from Los Abogados, who are still my family here. And that's one of the reasons why I joined. What I love best about Los Abogados, of course, is just is the friends that I have here. Not just colleagues that I practice with, but people who are in completely different areas. They're still some of my closest friends that are like family. When you meet someone in Los Abogados, they feel like family right away, even if you just met them, because that's how our organization is, and we try to treat all members like that. So that's probably the best thing I love about Los Abogados.
My name is David Amante. I'm a trial court judge here in Maricopa County Superior Court. I was appointed back in 1998, and my appointment, along with I think several others, was done with a lot of support and urging from Los Abogados at the time, which had a very active campaign in getting judges appointed to the bench. The organization itself, Los Abogados, has had a presence in this community and has been noticed by the not only by the other bar members, but I think by the bench as a whole. Again, without going into a great deal of explanation at this point in time, I can tell you that there was a point where Judge Arellano and I received a informal opinion from the Judicial Conduct Commission advising us that we should not be members of Los Abogados because of its political involvements and because of the issues that it was taking in the community. And so I think as long as the organization can continue in that vein and continue to promote our own interests and the interests of the community, that we're going to be a successful organization. So, and I'm proud to be a member.
My name is Sal Ungaro. I was president of Los Abogados in 2009, 2010, and 2011. I think the future of Los Abogados holds itself really in its members and its leadership. Meaning we now have, I think, a very diverse group of membership. Really talking about graduates from probably 5 or 6 different decades now. And I think they all bring different experiences to bear. What I think will be important within the next 10 years is how are we going to identify as an organization within the state? And I mean specifically, how are we going to take the issues affecting Hispanics in general, not just attorneys, and be at the forefront of those issues? Los Abogados is really, when it comes down to it, at the top of the food chain here in Arizona on Hispanic issues. And we need to act that way and be able to portray ourselves in that manner. And I feel very confident that our new leadership is going to be able to do that, take the mantle and really run with it.
My name is Peter Guerrero. I'm one of the old members of Los Abogados. I started practicing in Phoenix about 1973. Immediately started looking around for other Mexican lawyers and was able to locate several, although I think our totals at that point were less than 30 Mexican lawyers. Initially, we had no name. We had a meeting among ourselves, and I can remember there was advocacy for the name of Chicanos Lawyers Association, and then Bob Martinez, who's deceased now but was a very active member of Los Abogados, wanted to call it Los Abogados. And we had a vote and Los Abogados won, and that's the name the organization has carried since that time. The initial reason we wanted to form Los Abogados was to help each other. It was not a friendly atmosphere for young Mexican lawyers in Phoenix at the time we started, and those of us who gathered together and formed our group felt that we had each other to rely on, to help and to advise.
My name is Danny Ortega. I've been a member of Los Abogados since the early 1980s and a part of their board for over 25 years. Los Abogados, I mentioned it briefly in the beginning, it's extremely important is the personal relationships that you form and that you create and that just last forever. Many good friends with many good times, with many good battles, with many good arguments. We're all lawyers. And though we had a mission to create opportunities and to create change, there was a disagreement among us. There were debates, but it was those disagreements and those debates that made us better, because in the end, we put together a product that was acceptable to everybody. To put those two cultures together, the culture of wanting to raise scholarships and wanting to increase the membership in our organization as well as the membership of lawyers in our community, and then the other part of our culture that made demands to create change. I think at the end of the day, I can't tell you that we've succeeded. I think we still have a long way to go. And I think our need to continue to work hard, to serve our community, and to be advocates for our community are extremely important. And I have all the faith in the world that Los Abogados will be at the forefront of whatever it takes to be the protectors in the legal world for our community.
My name is Antonio Bustamante. I'm a lawyer in Phoenix. I've been a lawyer for 34 years. I do criminal defense mostly. I'd like to talk about what Los Abogados is, because a lot of people don't really know. It's a bar association that strives for the excellence, the professional excellence of its members, and does what it can in a very sophisticated way to prepare lawyers to become judges, and then help them in the process of applying and actually getting past the interview process and getting to the governor's interview and hopefully being selected by the governor. My hope for the future of Los Abogados is that we become more of a social service organization, in the sense that we will be more able than we are now, and that more than we have been in the past, able to support efforts in the community to achieve social justice and to fight the injustices which will always exist, but which I hope we will be able to remedy more than we have in the past. Although we have an impressive record of doing just that, it's because of our social activism.
My name is Jessica Sanchez. I'm the 2016 president of Los Abogados. I've been on the board, this is going on about 10 or 11 years as an attorney, and then I was on the board for about 2 years as a law student. We've had a lot of significant moments this year as an organization. We've had a number of accomplishments. We've stood up on political issues. We've been involved with the community. We continue to mentor law students. We continue to build the organization. But probably my favorite moment that hasn't happened yet is this celebration, is the celebration of 40 years, 4 decades of just some amazing work and some amazing people. And getting to help be a part of putting this video together, getting to help be a part of putting together the gala where we can really take a look at what we've accomplished for the last 40 years. I think this is going to be a significant moment for many years to come, where we actually get to look at globally at what just a fantastic group this has been, and how meaningful this organization has been in so many people's lives. My advice to future leaders is to get involved. This organization is what you make of it. There are so many people here who are willing to guide you, to mentor you, to help you with whatever it is that you need personally or professionally. But get involved. It's easy to kind of stand back and be on the sidelines, but you really need to be active and a part of this organization. The more you can dedicate to this organization, the more you're going to get out of it. The more you get to see the work that the board does, that the officers do, that the members do. And so I really just encourage future leaders, just get involved with Los Abogados and start early and make Los Abogados a part of your life the way it's been a part of mine for the last 10 years. You're not going to be sorry. It's an amazing experience. It's a good group of people to have in your corner.